used to read a lot. It was my favorite hobby. I did it anytime I had free time. I tried to read through all my classes, and then I don't know really what happened. I just all of a sudden stopped reading. That's not quite true. I kind of do know what happened. When I was a teenager, I loved reading young adult fiction, and that's always been what I've loved to read, like Harry Potter, Narnia, that kind of style of book. And towards the end of high school, everyone was expecting me to step it up a notch and start reading proper adult novels. And I tried it so many times. I tried it in my last year of high school. I tried it while I was at university, and it just didn't click with me. I would start reading them. They were so boring. Like, I could understand them fine, but they were just so boring to me. They use stupid words, like long words that are just ridiculous, and it's like, why not just say the simple version of the word? And I just found them so annoying to read that I just never got through a book. And eventually I just stopped reading because I just couldn't find any books that I liked that weren't kind of marketed at teenagers, and I just felt down about myself if I read a book that was younger than my actual age. Last year Jonathan gave me a book to read that was very much an adult book. It was called Shogun. Sorry, I can't remember who it was by. But yeah, it was very much an adult book. It was not like a teenage young adult book or anything like that. And it took me a really long time to read this book, not because I found it like difficult to understand or anything, but just because it was so intense. So I read it over the space of a few months, and I actually really enjoyed it, and I got through it in the end. And it just got me thinking that if I can read that book, there are obviously adult books that appeal to me. So it's not just a matter of I hate all adult books, it's a matter of just finding the ones that I like. So I thought that in order to inspire me to read more again this year, because it's been so many years since I read a lot, I would start this challenge. I'm probably not the first person to do this. For me, it's new. So this challenge where I'm going to read 17 books in 2017. So there's a mixture of kind of young adults so that it will keep me interested, and also proper adult novels so that I can push myself a little bit. I haven't purchased any books in order to do this. I've just used books that I found at home. So basically I went through all the bookshelves that we have in the house and just picked out the 17 books that look the most interesting to me, excluding books that I have already read, because obviously the Harry Potter series is my favorite series ever, but I've read it so many times that I didn't want to include it in this because I'll probably read it at some point in the year anyway. And this is also excluding the book that I am currently reading. I'm currently almost done with the Narnia series. Last year I read the first 4 from the series. I'm currently on the 5th one, and I'm gonna finish it, which is 6 and 7 obviously, and then after I've done that I'm gonna start on these books. So I know I'm starting this a little bit late. I should have started at the start of the year so I had a whole 12 months to get through 17 books. Well, it's kind of like 19 and a half books by the time I finish Narnia. But even so, it's not even 2 books a month. So, you know, 2 weeks to read a book should be enough time. So I should be good for this as long as I don't get too busy. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Let's just go ahead and let me show you the books that I've chosen. So the first book that I actually pulled out of the bookshelf, which I've never read, and I can't believe I've never read it, but it's super, super famous. So I thought I'd better give it a read, is The Diary of Anne Frank. I kind of know what it's about, but yeah, I can't believe I've never read this. So this is probably going to be one of the first ones that I read, just because I feel really like ignorant having not read this. The next few are all by the same author, so these are all by Dan Brown. I just thought that he seems to write about like interesting subjects. I don't think I've ever read anything by him. I might have, I'm not sure. But yeah, the things that he writes about sound like they will interest me, so I thought I'd give them a go. So the first one is, of course, The Da Vinci Code. Again, super famous book. I've heard a lot about this and I kind of know what it's about again, but I've never read it, so that is going to be one of the ones that I read this year. The next one is Angels and Demons. Again, another one that I've definitely heard of and heard a lot about, but haven't read. Deception Point, which I actually haven't heard of, but reading the blurb on the back of the book, it sounds pretty similar to the other two. And then the last one by Dan Brown is Digital Fortress. So I am looking forward to reading all of Dan Brown's books. Hopefully I don't hate his style of writing and then have to like struggle through 4 of his books. But if I do like them, reading 4 of them is going to be really easy for me. The next book, I think, is the last one that I've actually heard the title of before, and it is The Book Thief. I know the movie for this came out probably a couple of years ago now, so I know that it is quite popular, so I'm going to give this one a go. I actually don't know what this one's about at all. I never saw the movie, so It's going to be interesting to give this one a read. Alright, so we are on to the books that I had never heard of before I found them in the bookshelf, but they looked interesting based on the blurb at the back. I have read the blurb for all of these books, so I haven't just picked them out by the cover or anything. The first one is The Book of Names by Jill Gregory and Karen Tintori. This one sounds like it's going to be a little bit religious, which I normally am not all that into, but I thought this is one of the ones that I thought I'd push myself, not in terms of it being challenging, but in terms of it being something that I wouldn't normally choose to read. The next one is Fly by Night by Frances Hardinger. This one sounds like another kind of crime, murder, mystery sort of book. Actually, most of the books that I picked have this kind of a theme. I guess it's just the one that interested me the most. Then we have 206 Bones by Kathy Rice. Again, same sort of storyline. The Earthsea Quartet by Ursula Le Guin. I'm not sure how to say that name. This one's actually a little bit different. This one has magic in it, which, considering that I love Harry Potter, this is up my alley. The next one, I'm not quite sure how to say the title of, maybe Zabad? I'm not sure, but it's by Ellen Duff. The Dinosaur Feather is another murder mystery kind of book. The Lost Relic by Scott Mariani. Mortal Remains by Kathy Rice. Oh, I had another one by Kathy Rice, didn't I? I didn't realise that there were two by her. I should put these together. Real Tigers by Mick Herron. This one sounds like it's about a spy that gets kidnapped. And last of all, The Supernaturalist by Eowyn Colfer. This one sounds like it's about someone who has supernatural powers. And I've just realised that that was only 16 books, so I guess I'm gonna go and find one more from the bookcase right now. Alright, I've got my 17th book. Jonathan helped me pick this one because I just had no idea what to pick because I thought I had my 17. Anyway, he has recommended this one, which is the Asti Spumanti Code by Toby Clements. This one is apparently a parody of the Da Vinci Code, so I have to read the Da Vinci Code first, and then I can read this one, and apparently it is hilarious. So I'm really looking forward to this one actually. So yeah, those are my 17 books that I'm going to try and read this year. I know it sounds like not a lot because there are a lot of videos on YouTube of people that want to read 100 books this year, which to me is a little bit like, it's doable because it's only like a book every 3 to 4 days, which I can read a book that fast, but only if I'm absolutely in love with it. And considering that I have no idea how I'm going to feel about these books, how much free time I'm going to have to read them, and the fact that it's been quite a while since I read a lot of books in like one go, I thought that starting off with 17 would be much more manageable. I'm really looking forward to this actually. I'm going to start with the Diary of Anne Frank, and then I'm going to read the Da Vinci Code, and then I think I'm going to read the parody of the Da Vinci Code. So that's going to be my order for the first kind of few books. But of course I've got to finish my Chronicles of Narnia first because I'm like halfway through the series. So let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. Don't give away the plot, please. I really don't like spoilers, so be nice in the comments. I'm not sure if I'm going to do updates on this or if I'm just going to wait until I've finished all of the books and then kind of give you my thoughts. I think if I wait that long, I will have forgotten what happened in each of the books and actually what I thought of them. What I might do is vlog a little bit each time I finish a book so that I can give you my thoughts right away, but then just wait until I finished all of them and then compile all of the little sections of vlog and put them together into one video at the end of the year. Let me know what you think of that, or if you want me to like update you every time I finish a book or just like every couple of months or something, because I'm really not sure how to go about doing this. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I have inspired you to read a little bit more this year as well. For me, it was Emily Fox that inspired me to do this and to read more this year. She has a beauty YouTube channel, which is the main one that I follow of hers, but she also last year, well kind of in the last few months, started a booktube channel, like a book YouTube channel, and it was one of her videos on that channel that really inspired me to do this year. So let me know if you're doing anything similar. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!